What part of the book, society, his personal life, or his torturing affected you the most?
The society definitely affected me the most because it really opened my eyes to how if we all just conform to one belief, like how dull and boring it is, and how like scary it is.
Do you think any news stories have ever been fabricated? And if so, try to name one or something.
I'm sure there has been some fabricated news stories, especially in times of war when they had to keep the morale up, but I don't know of any specific news story that I can for positively say that it was fabricated.
Do you agree with the fact that they should do this to keep morale up?
Um, I think it is sometimes necessary in times of war, especially wars that we really have to be in. So, I think it's justified in some.
Did the book 1984 affect the way you look at government today?
1984 caused a lot of sort of examination for me in looking at our government, thinking about or looking at how 1984 was and the parallels you could see, or if our government is going in that direction, in that are we being like chosen to do certain jobs, are we not allowed to express ourselves as much, are there like the conformity things or non-conformists, and sort of a top person in the world that controls us all. But it has changed. Sometimes you just think back towards 1984 and say, oh, it could be like 1984.
So does this make you question what the government tells us and does not tell us, and if it's true or not, for instance, with the recent news of Osama bin Laden, of how it could be not true?
Oh yeah, all the time. I'm very convinced that our government lies to us a lot, and of course there's all like the YouTube videos about 9/11 and now Osama bin Laden about like how it was faked or staged, or the real reasons we're in Iraq, or the real reasons we went to like Vietnam or anything like that. It just seems sketchy a lot of the time, and like our government is hiding things and then we're not getting the full story because we're in these places for bad reasons.
Do you see any parallels personally with your life and Winston's life?
With Winston's life, I would say Winston is sort of someone who is oppressed and trying to look for ways out and ways of expressing himself and doing things to break free of the really strict government in 1984, and I don't really find myself having to break free. I'm always trying to be myself and doing what I want with my life regardless of what others think, so I don't really find myself comparable to Winston at all.
Do you see Regis anyway trying to scare us into following what they want us to do?
Well, there's the whole Christian aspect. I don't really think they force it too much, but there is a lot of prejudice and things like that when it comes to our like freshman and sophomore theology classes, and then also I think that especially going on Kairos, since they support a lot of individuality and being yourself, that I don't really see Regis forcing it onto us or trying to get us to conform into what like the white collar industry is or anything like that. I think at Regis, the teachers and we support individuality and doing what you want and in the way that you want to.
All right, thank you.
Did Winston or Winston's World affect your life in any way?
I think Winston's World could be a big effect in your life if you happen to be in like a situation where you feel like people are always like taking over your life and they're just like trying to always be in control of your life. And I guess you could say like when you're younger you think that, but with your parents, but I think that your parents are just trying to look out for you, whereas in Winston's World the secret police and
Thought police.
the thought police and the people who are Big Brother, they're not really trying to look out for them. They're trying to prevent them from having any experience that's not what they would want them to. So I guess it does have an effect on my life when I'm younger, but once I understand what my parents are trying to do by, not letting me go somewhere or something, it's because they want to protect me, but...
Entry to the Ministry of Truth.
Thought crime is death. Thought crime does not entail death. Thought crime is death. I have committed, even before setting pen to paper, the essential crime that contains all others in itself.
Many hours of my free time encouraging my agents to deface party posters and hoarding announcements. I read and memorized Goldstein's book. For 30 years, I have plotted to bring down the party. I was sick in mind and body.
Have you read the book 1984?
Yes, I have.
Now, what are your thoughts on the book?
My thoughts are that it is a great book for high school kids to read, so they can hear an interpretation of what life in 1984 was like.
Now, do you feel that our world and Winston's world are similar in any way in terms of secrecy and the government hiding stuff from us?
No, I do not believe that. Although in Ms. Sherwood's class, we had a discussion on how the government can be hiding a lot of stuff from us. Although, I think it's just a conspiracy theory.
So are you saying that the government is telling us the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
No, they have to hide some stuff. If they reveal all the stuff, then what will be our protection from the guys in the Middle East or the guys from Russia?